Hey everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today we are starting off with the minion roulette, and then it is time to take on our level 50 Machinist quests. We got Wind Up Palom with us today. Alright, Stephanivian, are we ready for the tourney? Stephanivian would ask us to gather our colleagues for the tourney. The day of the tourney is finally upon us. This is it, Satora. This is Machinistry's moment of truth. Pray gather our colleagues together. Joy should be just outside performing some last-moment firearm inspections, and Rosenthal, well, Joy may have a better idea of his whereabouts than I. Alright, let's go track everyone down. First up is Joy. Hello, Joy. You ready to go? Oh, Satora, this is a disaster. Someone has broken into our storage crates and smashed all the fire. Oh, no. I must tell his lordship. No, we must check the other crates first, or maybe... Oh, what do we do? Well, first we need to get some new Yeah, panicking is not going to help. We need to find some new firearms, and we need to find who did this. You're right, of course. Giving in to panic won't help us none. I'll see what's become of the rest of the weapons and report me findings to his lordship. Do you have any idea who might have done this? Or where Rosenthal is? Rosenthal? Last I saw, he was getting some fresh air out behind the workshop. Well, this isn't good. Curious if Stephanivian has anything to say. Nope, nothing to say. Alright then, Rosenthal, where are you at? Please tell me you saw something. Don't look now, lassie, but I think we've got visitors again. Stubborn bastards. Yeah, somebody smashed all of the weapons. Smashed up our firearms, you say? Seems whatever scrag it is once it's gone is done with being subtle. We'd best run off the rest of these thugs before they decide to set fire to the place. You know what to do, warning slug shots only so as we don't bring the wrath of the Temple Knights down upon us. Meet me back in the workshop when you're done with your patrol. Alright, let's go scare some bastards off. Please, no, 'twasn't my idea. And yet you still participated. It not being your idea and you just following orders is no excuse. Alright, we got someone over on the bridge. You get out of here. Yeah, where'd you come from? Alright, one more to go. Also, I walked up right in front of you. That purse ain't worth getting shot at. You must have been paying out big, though. Maybe not that big if they're that quick to flee. Alright, well, at the very least they're gone, so no other weapons are gonna get destroyed. Satora, are you quite alright? Our fine instructor here tells me you've both been busy chasing off hired miscreants again. I'm afraid the damage has already been done, me lordship. Even after scraping together our spares, we've less than half the weapons we need for the tourney. Then half will just have to do. It will be difficult, I know, but I believe we still have a chance. What in the bloody hells was that? Sounds like someone fired a damn cannon or something. Oh dear. Who's firing off cannon shots? What's happening out here? Oh. Oh, my lordship, our turrets! Blast, we must have missed one of the shiting bastards. That's it then, we'll have to forfeit the contest. Nay, my dear, there is yet time to remedy this. These efforts to confound our chances serve but to stoke the fires of my determination. Pray accompany back inside, Satora. Rosenthal, Joy, lead your fellow machinists to the tourney field and don you masks of supreme confidence. Whilst our mysterious enemies distracted by your show of bravado, I shall work to replace the damaged firearms. But how can you craft so many weapons before the contest begins? The short of it is, I cannot. Not to my usual exacting specifications, of course. Only the four of us must be aware of the poor quality of our replacements. You and Joy must needs fight that much harder to compensate for your colleagues' lack of firepower. I'll do my best to keep the others in high spirits too, Lord Stephanivian. Me apologies, I wasn't trying to eavesdrop or nothing, but when I heard the noise... Ah, Celesto. Well, there's not for it now. Welcome to the conspiracy. Formidable foes, meager chance of success. This shall be a victory worthy of song. Indeed it shall. But also, this sucks. Oh no. Alright, Stephanivian, let's get as many weapons together as we can. With that, the odds were not so heavily stacked against us, but we cannot let a few setbacks stand in the way of our moment of glory. Indeed. Alright. What's the plan? What's the specific plan? What are we making? Stephanivian is ready to attend the tourney. And we're getting Ricochet out of this. Deals damage to all nearby enemies with a potency of 130 for the first and 150 less for all remaining enemies. Nice! We have done all that can be done. It is time we join our companions and survey the field on which the tourney is to take place. You are familiar with Camp Dragonhead, I trust. Its grounds should make for an interesting arena. Alright then, off we go. Ricochet. Ricochet is going to be a good ability. I know exactly where I am putting it. It is basically the AoE equivalent of Gauss Round, but it is worth having both on your single target hotbar. But we'll get to that once we've unlocked it. For now, let's get over to Camp Dragonhead. Alright, hello there, Stephanivian. I have arrived. How's it looking? Good, you've come. The other houses have yet to field their forces, meaning we've time to inspect the arena and formulate a winning strategy. Are you certain of your preparations, my son? These tales I hear of hired thugs terrorizing machinists and destroying equipment do not fill me with confidence. Pray remember that the collected gaze of Ishgard shall be focused on this contest. A poor showing would cost us our funding from the Holy See and cast an uncertain shadow of the future of the manufactory. I have never been more ready, Father. Now relinquish your doubts, find yourself a nice vantage point, and enjoy the spectacle. I'm off to find a perch myself, but here's one piece of advice before I go. Make the most of the terrain. There's a few choice spots where I'd lay an ambush, or expect the enemies to lay one for me. Just be sure you've given the place a good once-over, eh? You heard the instructor, give the word and we shall endeavor to learn the lay of the land. Alright. How are we looking? Our equipment's all ready to go? I could meld some materia, but it's fine. Let's take care of this. We're gonna have to rely on strategy, cunning, and a little bit of luck. Let's review our strategy, shall we? Unless you would rather simply begin the tourney, in which case you may speak with our machinist messenger. Let's begin! Ours will be a combined force from House Halenar and House Fortam, while our opponents will be of House Zmail and House Durandare. The black standard represents our encampment. Pray inspect the standard in the surrounding area. If we allow the standard to be destroyed, we are defeated and the tourney is lost. The standard also releases waves of curative magic, so return here if you are in need of healing. Let us move on to the enemy encampment. Pray inspect the Crimson Standard and survey the surrounding area. So it's basically going to be capture the flag. Fair enough. Should we succeed in toppling the Crimson Standard, then victory is ours. The enemy standard will heal nearby allies, best to avoid lengthy engagements in its proximity. Let us now discuss our individual roles. Joy will lead a squad of Halenar combatants in an offensive push. The remaining Machinists and I will join the Fortam in the defense of our encampment. You, Satora, shall be our flying company and strike where needed. Celesto, you shall be our ambusher. Let us survey your place of concealment. Alright. Where are you going to be set up, Celesto? Pray inspect the ambush site. Right over here? Sounds like a plan. Celestial will emerge and assault the enemy standard on Satora's signal. The Durandare captain is an aggressive sort. If our defenses appear weak, he will commit his forces to an attack. And that will leave their encampment vulnerable to ambush. We have placed a signal mortar near the Aetherites. Come with me and you can see it for yourself. Alright, lead the way. We are indeed relying on a whole bunch of strategy and cunning here. So I imagine after some time we're going to fall back, make our defenses appear weak, bait them in, and we'll take that as our opportunity to strike. Alright, so here's the mortar. The mortar should be safe here from enemy detection, and the spot also affords you a fine view of both camps. When you judge it time to press the attack, simply operate the mortar to send up a flare. Let us return now to our encampment. I'll stall the efficient until you give the word. Down he goes! Alright, we all ready? I'm gonna take that as a yes. I'm gonna take your silence as a yes. Hark, 'tis Tettlegrinch and his knights. Ah, the manufacturing workers in all their glory. I imagine there are many who are curious, even eager to witness you fight this day. Unfortunately for the spectators, however, House Zamail will end this mockery of a contest all too swiftly. Bluster all you will. We shall let the tattered remains of your standard speak for us. Ah ha ha! Such conviction from the king of the commoners. Come then, all the players are present, let the tourney begin. To victory, my friends! Let's begin. Firing at will. Alright, you have fun with that. Destroy these machinist upstarts. Ah, you know what? Let's start out by supporting our base. They are coming in with an immediate attack. Let's wear them down. And once our base is feeling a little bit safer, we'll go scout the area, see how the enemy standard is looking. God, they really are foolish to rush right into our base, where we have a standard that has the ability to heal us. House Zamail, what are you doing? Durandare too. Y'all are really, really brave to just come rushing in like this. Alright, gonna hold on to my battery until it is basically full. They've got enemy healers? Oh goody, we've got Chirurgeons. Alright. Down goes Chirurgeon 1. Any more want to come in? Looks like we are clear for... Oh wait, we got one sneaking over here. Didn't even notice you. A little bit frustrating I didn't notice you. And just look at the color of the... I can look at the color of the dang enemy health bar to figure out who's what, or who's on whose side. Alright, let's set out our turrets. and get blasting away. Alright, I think we're under control back here. Okay, the Crimson Standard's losing a bit of health. Okay, they're making their advance. Give them a moment to push through. Our defenses are fine. Ow! What hit me? Oh, god damn you. Okay. Fine, we'll take care of you. And then we can fire the signal mortar. Alright, time for the ambush. Hey Joy, what are you doing over here? Alright, yeah, they've got nobody defending it. Those absolute fools. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, this is absolutely beautiful. They got way too cocky. Alright. We don't need to be full power. I'll fire off our turret once we hit 90. There we go. And looks like we've got this in the bag. Alright, that went very smoothly. Well, I mean, I got ambushed by an archer, but hey, we handled it very well. Congratulations, Machinists. You have proven yourselves not entirely without merit. House Zemail will gladly welcome your inclusion in House Halenar's next company of reinforcements. Your novel toys confounded my knights and won you this game of flags. I would see, however, how you fare against adversaries who seek not to break your standard, but to spill your life's blood. May the day soon come when we fight side by side. Mayhap then you shall understand why the knight is the master of the battlefield. Well done, my son. You have triumphed against all that would see you fail. But of course, father, there is no difficulty that machinistry cannot overcome. A tourney victory. How many years has it been? At last do we begin to reclaim the influence we have lost. And there shall be more to come as long as you are true to your word. That means no more bemoaning my knightly skills, no more disruptive visits to the workshop. Stephanivian, I hereby relinquish to you full authority of the manufactory. May your machinists be the spears that pierce our foes and the shields that defend our walls. Do as you will, my son, for the glory of Ishgard and her people. The age of the Machinists has begun, my friends. Follow me, and together we shall ring the rusted helmets of the old guard. Joy, are you okay? Well, that was a very good victory. Heh. He still can't admit that he lost, though. Literally came up to us and was like, well, let's see you. Fine, I guess I get to see you die on the field of battle. Good for me. Fuck you. Alright, well, let's get back to the manufactory and probably check in on Joy. She seemed off, as usual. What's going on with her? Hello there, Stephanivian. Good to see you. It was a hard-won battle, Satora, but your keen grasp of tactics carried the day. And that is to say, not if you're ever growing skill with a firearm. Well, with this victory, I become Manufactory Chief in both name and deed, and I intend to make the most of my newfound freedom. Indeed, my first act upon returning to the workshop was to improve upon the Aethero Transformer. The latest model is yours, with my thanks. The Tourney exposed certain inadequacies in the design for which I have endeavored to compensate. Use it well, Satora. Alright, that gives us Ricochet and our item level 90 gear, which, let me guess, just like Dark Knight, it's going to be just crafted gear. Alright, let's get that... Oops, wrong place. Let's get that new action into place. Where are you, Ricochet? There it is. Let's check out what gear we have been given. There it is. It is going to be... yeah, crafted gear, fair enough. And now, let's go check out the new Machinist rotation now that we have Ricochet, because now we've got a pretty complete rotation at this point. There's still more abilities, of course, to come, but now we've got kind of the core of it going on. Wait, now we want to go this way. Take the Chocobo Porter, rather, and make our way out to Falcon's Nest so we can find the... ourselves the striking dummy. I could have teleported, but I don't want to waste one of my nearly 1,000 Aetherite tickets. I should probably just use those. I have so many. Damn, I wish it wasn't foggy because the view is really beautiful. Okay, so let's see. Our rotation on Machinists is going to be basically the same as usual for the basics, but we're going to open up with our split shot, slug shot combo. After the third move... ah, crap, that's not quite what I wanted to do with it, actually. It's fine. So I'm thinking, yeah, open with split shot, slug shot, clean shot, and then weave in Gauss round Ricochet between each round. We can manage to sneak in, I believe, 2 weaves per GCD on Machinist. So we should be able to get off both Gauss round and Ricochet. At the very least when we are in our normal rotation. But as you probably noticed there, when we have Heat Blast up, our GCD speeds up quite a bit. So we won't be able to so easily actually do a double weave. That's fine. When we have Heat Blast up, we're able to do 1 weave between each shot, so we're going to need to rock back and forth between Gauss round and Ricochet until our heat shot is done. Make sure we are using our reassemble on our clean shots whenever it comes off cooldown. And if we've timed everything right, which I definitely have not, hot shot should come off cooldown right between rotations of the split shot combo. It does seem like... What is the pacing on actually getting a full 100 points on our Rook auto turret? It looked like once a minute we were getting a full 100 points, but it's not quite lining up like that this time. 90 points. I'll have to actually figure out what exactly the timing is on getting our Rook auto turret up. And figure out, is it a once a minute thing? Should we hold back our burst for a moment in order to make sure we've got the full 100 points? Or is the extra damage not quite worth it? But yeah, Machinists has a lot of mini burst windows. Basically, every time we get 50 points in our heat gauge, we're able to do a mini burst with our Gauss Round and Ricochet using our Heat Blast. Though it may be worthwhile to hold off those mini bursts until we've got a full 100 points. Depending on just how fast we build up that heat gauge. Here, what might be helpful is... I'm going to try and drain my heat gauge and wait for the wildfire to come off cooldown. Actually, I just got to 50 points right as I hit 60 seconds left. Still, let's clear this out, wait 47 seconds for our wildfire to come off cooldown, and then we can take a look at what the timing is on filling up 100 What am I doing? I just said I was trying to empty the damn gauge. Here, let's burn that battery off. Burn off our heat gauge. Stop attacking. Or at the very least, stop going through our combo until that cooldown comes off. And I want to see how many points we get within 2 minutes. I could probably just do some basic math to figure it out, but... Okay, so let's see. Hypothetically, we have... Let's just go through what would basically be an opener. And let's see how much that fills up and how quickly. We started with 10 points on the battery gauge, so I'm going to have to subtract that out. That's fine. Looks like 50 points in 20 seconds. That'd be 100 points in 40 seconds? Or slightly under 40 seconds. How does this timing work out? I'm gonna have to figure that out, because timing those burst windows is going to be pretty important when you're in a raid scenario. Okay, that was around the time I hit 75 seconds left. So at the very least, we can get 2 of those mini bursts per minute. I'm gonna have to do some math on this to figure out exactly what the pacing is. Not that it matters too much. It's not gonna matter until we're hitting an actual raid scenario that we line up those burst windows. But I am curious to figure out how it all lines up. Hey, and it might even, the lineup might even change as we learn new abilities, so it might not be too urgent to learn this quite yet. But I do think the idea of trying to save up until we've got 100 in both gauges without overcapping them, and then spend all the gauge at once might be a good idea, especially if that ends up lining up with our wildfire. Interesting. Alright. Well, that was just a bit of practice with the rotation, just to kind of show how it goes. You've got the vibes at this point. We build up our heat gauge with our regular rotation, and when we hit 50 or 100 points, we can do a mini burst with our Gauss Round, Ricochet, Heat Blast. Having to do Heat Blast, Gauss Round, Heat Blast, Ricochet, Heat Blast, Gauss Round, just back and forth between Gauss Round and Ricochet. And we deploy a Rook auto turret at 100 points for maximum damage. Yeah, that lines up pretty well, I think. I think the rotation makes a good amount of sense. I just want to figure out, I'll have to do that on my own time, figuring out if there's like a good alignment to like make sure that all of your big abilities come at once. If you can get Wildfire, Reassemble on a clean shot, Hot Shot, Rook Auto Turret, and as many Heat Blasts as you can, or Hypercharges as you can, all at once, you could have a really powerful burst window every 2 minutes. Line that up with potions or with other party members' like party-wide buffs, and you can have a very, very powerful burst of damage every 2 minutes. Alright, I'll have to figure that out on my own though. Figure out what the timing is, see if you can line up like that at this point, or if that's going to be timing that's going to come later, like around level 60 or so. For now, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, we're going to report back to Stephanivian and see what he has to say as we start our level 50 Heavensward job quest for Machinists. I will see everyone next time for that.